So you mean people should be educated about a protest before they start protesting, right?
Yes, that is the number one thing.
Yeah.
People should be educated on how and where to protest. There are some places that are not called for protest,
Yes.
and then there are some places you protest and it sends a loud message out there.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. You're welcome to Talk Polite on Adivas TV, and I'm your very host. It's Joseph Low, and I'm here with SG. Oh my God, you hear that name, SG. Okay, SG. Today's topic, we're going to be talking about protest, which is currently happening now in Nigeria. What's a protest?
A protest
Yes.
is a public demonstration
Okay.
towards dissatisfaction,
Okay.
policy,
Okay.
and conflict.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you very much. What are the importance of protest?
Okay. One of the importance of protest
Yes.
is voice to the voiceless. And
Okay.
when I say voice to the voiceless,
Yes.
there are some areas by which there is no media,
Okay.
that the internet does not get to.
Yes.
And then there are some persons that know what those people are going through.
Yes.
And these people, they intend to speak for those persons who
cannot speak for
who
themselves.
don't have that capacity
Yeah.
to come out and speak for themselves. So protest act as a voice for the voiceless. And then also we have public awareness. So public awareness in the sense that there are some rural area by which they don't know what is going on out there.
Yes.
So with protest, this helps pass the message to them that okay, this is what is going on.
Yes.
This is what this set of persons are doing that are not right.
Yes.
That we want you to be aware of. And not just the rural area, there are internationally,
Yes.
there are some countries, they don't know what is going on other region of the
Yes.
world.
Yeah.
So with protest, it sends out a loud message
Yes.
that okay, this is what we are going through.
So in other words, you're trying to say protest is like calling for help from the international, like the superior sectors, like letting them know what's going on and what you understand.
Yes.
That's what you're saying. So I want you to speak a little bit about the disadvantages of doing a protest. Actually, in Nigeria, that's what I want you to talk about. I'm not talking about something else.
Alright. Before I speak on the disadvantages, I like to stretch more on education. Yeah.
Okay.
Education about protest.
Yes.
So many persons, they don't know how to protest.
Exactly.
Yeah. And one of the major disadvantages about protest is destroying
Yes.
properties. So
Yes.
it is not a good way to protest.
Yes.
That does not send a good message out there.
At
Destroying properties is like you saying the protest you are doing does not call for a good call.
Yeah.
Okay, you are sending a bad message out there.
Yes,
So
people.
there's some persons, when they protest now, they do all sort of things. They rob stores.
Yes.
They destroy things. So
Yes.
that is not a good way to protest.
Yes, that's true. Those are one of the reasons that most of the people don't come out to protest, because people see protest as an opportunity to steal, to break stores, to like, why will you be protesting and burning tire on the road and blocking others not to go to their workplace? You can do protest peacefully, you understand? People should be educated about a protest before they start protesting, right?
Yes, that is the number one thing.
Yeah.
People should be educated on how and where to protest. There are some places that are not called for protest,
Yes.
and then there are some places you protest and it sends a loud message out there.
And where is the right place to protest? Because I feel you can protest anywhere.
All right.
Yes.
Like I said before, it all still boils down to education. Okay. When we are educated, we know the right place,
Yes.
when and how to protest. Okay.
Yeah.
With the tag of this protest now, hunger day,
Yes.
and that is directly to, we are talking to the government here, right? So the right place to protest will be the government houses.
Yes.
Yeah. The Senate.
Exactly.
Yeah. And this type of protest does not mean that others that are going to work shouldn't go to work. Okay, take for example now, you blocking the commercial road. That is not a good way to protest. Why? Because you say hunger day, and then you dey block road, make people for house not eat. I mean, how are you passing out a good message like that? So this protest should be directed to the government.
Yes, exactly.
March to the government houses. Let your voice be heard there.
Yes.
And not you blocking the road for pedestrians and workers not to go to work. I mean, they have families to feed at home. Exactly. You doing this will make them not get their daily bread.
Yes. So you've heard it from him. He said the right place to protest is where the government houses, the Senate, and all of that. Because number one, the road you're even blocking, the government, you will not see any of them. You will not see any of the officials there. So why are you blocking the road? What are the right things to protest?
All right. The number one, which I like to hit, which is the reason for this protest, is bad governance.
Yes.
Okay, and then we have protest for the oppressors.
Okay.
Yeah, and then protest for justice.
Okay.
Yeah, yes. And then also we have protest for
abortion, environment.
Yeah, protest for democracy.
Yep.
Yeah. I'll say that. Yeah.
Okay.
And if you want me to narrow it down, like explain those
them.
Stuff, okay.
That's what I
when you say bad governance, now, the government might impose a policy that is not right for the people.
Yes.
Now the people, which is the citizen, they have a right to protest and say, this thing this law you just put in place is not good for we the masses. Okay.
Yes.
It's only going to benefit you, the government, and not we the citizens. Yes. So, and this law you put in place are supposed to be beneficial to we the masses. So the masses have the right to protest against bad governance. And then oppressors.
Yes.
Take for example 2020, the protest of NSAS. We the masses, we came out to protest. If you notice, before that protest, there were a lot of killings of the youth, and when we came out to protest, you can see that they listened to us, and then they reinforced that form of the police police oppressing the citizens. You get, so that is another way. That is a way. One of the things we can protest against. They said democracy for the people, and you going out and making rules that does not go well with the citizens. We have the right to come out and protest against that.
Okay, I would like you to still educate them more on how to protest, because I'm coming just now, I saw somebody bringing out his head from the car. They are shouting, like driving recklessly. Is that how to protest? So I wanted to let them know how to protest, because I don't understand. We are not rioting, we are protesting. So just please explain it to them.
Yeah, just like the last word you made mention of just now, we are not rioting, we are protesting.
Yes.
I think that it still boils down to education.
Yes.
There is difference between riot and protest. So there was something I witnessed outside just now. I won't call that protesting, I will call that riot, because that is not a good way to protest. On my way coming down here, the commercial bus which I took, while we were coming, it got to a point, and then you see the road blockade, and then it was like, nah, I'm not going through this route. And then I was like, okay, I'm here already, I will come down here and then just walk down to where I am going to. So that is not a very good way to protest. If you want to protest, first of all, you set a location where you meet with your fellow protesters, and then you march down to the government house. Like I said before, the government house is the best way to make this kind of a protest. Okay, and then when you mobilize yourself at the appointed location, you march down to the government house and say, what you are doing is wrong. This is what we want, we the masses. This is what we want. This is what is good for us, the people. So you have an agenda. You work with that agenda. Not when these persons are doing theirs, these persons they are doing their own protests. These are like, it makes it looks like it's child's play. Like
I remember back then in 2020, during that NSAS stuff. I was wondering, I heard the news where I heard that protesters went to prison.
Okay.
And there were lots of shooting that led to a lot of shooting and killings of so many youths. Like, why would you march to the prison yard to protest? What are you going there for? This is exactly what he said. You meet in a hall or a particular place, you march down to the government house, and I saw so many people just coming out to say we are protesting without any tag, no cardboard paper, no banner, no nothing to write your opinions down. How would you be protesting and you're not showing what you're protesting for? As SG has said, you gather your protesters, you plan ahead, you educate yourself about the protest before doing a protest. Thank you very much. So let's talk about the effects on protest.
Okay.
Yes.
Before I go into the effects of protest,
Yeah.
there are advantages,
Yeah.
and then there are disadvantages of
Yes.
of effect as well.
Yeah.
And then, first of all, before I go into the advantages, I like to point out one disadvantage that really hurts me during NSAS.
Okay.
And yeah, some persons, they might be happy about it, but I am not. So I'm going to express that now. One of the disadvantage which I see then is this: you going, like you said just now, going to the prison
Yes.
to protest. That is very wrong. And when they went there, they went to do what? They buzzed the prison yard.
Yeah, so many people.
And then most of those prisoners, they escaped.
Yeah.
Some that are still going for trial, some that has been sentenced, they all fled, and
Everybody.
only few were accounted for. So that is very wrong, and it's not a good way to protest. And then after talking about the disadvantage, one of the advantage I like to point out is this: during that NSAS protest,
Yeah.
or rather after the protest,
Yes.
the government, they listened to our cry that, okay, we don't want this arm of police again, this SARS. We want you to scram. We don't want you to reform that police sector. We want you to scram that service
Yes.
out of the police. And yeah, it did work. So
Yes.
I would say that was a very good way to,
Yes,
or rather,
okay,
that was a very
very
good result or effect of the NSAS protest.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I want to ask you, why do you think the government, they are afraid of protest? Like, they are not supposed to be what? I want to know, why do you think they are afraid of protest?
Okay, now to talk about that.
Yes.
First thing is this: I believe, because I'm not part of the government.
Yeah.
So from my own point of view, I think the government, one, they don't want to do the right thing.
Okay.
Yeah, they know the right thing to do.
Yes.
But they don't want to do it.
Exactly.
And if you ask me how I know that they know the right thing to do but they don't want to do it, is this:
Okay.
before we come out to say we want to make protest,
Yes.
the government did not share bags of rice.
No.
They did not say they want to protest against protesters.
Yes.
So I believe they know what the right thing to do,
Yes.
but they don't want to do it. Why? Because of greed, selfishness.
Okay.
Yeah, this is what I can say about that. And you see them bribing what? They are bribing those women, giving out money to do what? To protest against protesters. Like,
Wow.
that does not sound very well, because I believe they know what they are doing.
Okay.
They know what they are doing, and they are using the poverty as a scheme of to do whatever that they want to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That boils down to exactly what you said about being educated before going to protest.
Yes.
The women, actually, they told them that they will go and get 5,000 naira bag of rice and stuff like that. They came out holding that sign: we should not protest.
Yeah.
We should not protest. Later, we wouldn't have known if not that one woman came out and started saying, he deceived us. So she did. I didn't even know. She was speaking Hausa, so I didn't actually know, but I was through the translator. She was saying, he deceived us. He told us he will give us 5,000 naira. It's a lie. You people should protest and stuff like that. Like, why will you deceive people? In fact, I'm not even angry at the government again. I'm angry at our own people, because you're supposed to be educated about the protest. You don't just come out to say you want to protest and just holding a banner, we should not protest, and you don't know what you should not protest against. You get what I'm saying?
I wouldn't blame the women.
Okay.
Yeah, because the government, they know what they are doing. They went for those village women because clearly they don't know anything. Why? Because you won't go and meet an elite and say, come and protest against protesters, and then I'll give you 5,000 naira, I'll give you a bag of rice.
Yes.
That won't make any sense to
That's
them.
true.
You feel me? So I believe this thing still boils down to we, the youth. Like, we have to teach our elders, our moms, our mothers at home, our parents, that this is what is right, this is what is wrong. Yeah, I know they are elder, but we have to educate them in some certain things that they don't know about.
Exactly.
You understand? So and this is where not just protest, politics as well. You understand? So many of our mothers, they only know about PDP and APC. They don't know more than that. Yes, and that's the plain truth.
Exactly.
So we have to educate them that, okay, this is not where it starts and this is not where it ends. There are other parties out there that we need to acknowledge, to look into. Okay, there are other candidates out there, not just APC and PDP, you understand? And now, okay, Labour Party is among APC and PDP now, but there are other parties out there that we need to look out for. Yes, so the most important thing here is education.
Yes.
We are not, okay, to start with, this protest of a thing, I think we have a major role to play in it. Like, removing the government from it now, or whatever it is that we are protesting against, okay, we have a crucial role to play in it, to educate ourselves. Many of us don't know the right thing to do. We don't. So we have to educate ourselves. The change has to start from we the masses, we the protesters. Exactly. And then before we go out to the government and tell them this is what we want and what we don't want.
Yes, exactly. Yes. So that's to say we have to be in one voice.
Yes.
This person cannot be saying another thing while and this person is saying another thing. They have to be in one voice.
Yes.
They have to be in one places. Well, I've heard so much about protests today. I've heard so much from my very good friend SG. Thank you very much, SD, for enlightening us. You need to be educated more about protests before protesting. Okay, so everybody has a role to play in this protest, as you said. But I want to know what's the role of social media in this protest.
Okay, yes. Social media plays a very crucial role in this in protest. It would be very, very difficult for the media houses to know what is going on. I mean, they can't be everywhere, and even if they are everywhere, they are still controlled by the government.
That's true.
So, and that is where social media comes in. Okay. So, whatever is going on now, take for example, while I came out just now, I already record with my phone and then post on my WhatsApp status okay, this is what is going on here.
Right now.
So social media helps to not just locally here, but to send a message out to the international bodies that this is what is going on in our country. So that is where social media comes in to broadcast whatever it is that we are saying to every part of the world.
Okay. Yes. Okay, so as he said, we don't know what's happening in your area. Through social media, we can know. Generally, do you have any conclusion to wrap it up?
To wrap it up, the youth should be well educated that we shouldn't allow the government to use us as a tool to destroy protest. The message that I'm passing right now is directly to the youth, and I myself, we have to be well educated enough to know what we are going to do out there and what not to do. We should be conscious of our actions and whatever it is that we are doing. So I urge every one of us that is going out there to protest to know the right thing to do, the right words to say, not to trigger violence or what we cause chaos out there. So we should be conscious of whatever it is that we are going to do out there.
Okay, thank you very much. So I have one more question. You've been talking about education. So I don't know, most people might think there is a school for protest. So I just wanted to let them know that it's not about going to school.
Okay, and I'll say a very big thank you to Ajebo TV. I mean, this is a place where you guys also come in, like passing this message out there for the non-educated ones to know what to do and what not to do about protests. So I'll give you guys accolades for that. You guys are doing a great job. And I think bloggers as well also have a big role to play in this, and not just bloggers alone, content creators out there. This is another opportunity for them to showcase that okay, you not just what it is, not just entertainment. I mean, this is what is going on out there, and before you go out, you need to be educated about these things. I mean, we don't just use our data to watch movies and entertainment, to watch footballs and all that. You also need, you can also use your data you can put it in good use to know the things to do and the things not to do. You can go on Google, there is ChatGPT. Before I came here today, I also make use of ChatGPT. So that is a very, very good tool to use to educate yourself here. And you can make use of Google. There are lots of search engines out there that you can use to educate yourself. So education is very, very vital.
All right, that's our opinion about the protest. We know there are lots of opinions, your opinion, that we are hoping to see or to hear in the comment section. So please, if you have an opinion about this, talk to us in the comment section. We want to hear your opinion so we tackle it together and know what's up.
See you guys next time. I love you all.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.